Hi everyone! This month for May 2021, we will be doing a fun fold card. I've always called it a Sidestep card. Other people have called it other things, but for your supply list, you'll need an 8.5 by 5.5 card base, a cutter and a score tool, and then I use some inks and a stamp set for a sentiment. I had scissors and then some sequins and stuff. So here's the supplies you need. I actually lost my envelope of stuff for my thing. So thankfully, Lorna sent me a photo of what she got in her envelope and I could recut everything. And so there's a few extra of the blue flowers, but it's all good. So I dry and fitting. It's kind of interesting. You'll see that I'll flip it over, and with the two-tone of cardstock, I like the idea that you can mix and mingle the different flowers. And because I oriented, at least I hope for you guys, the flowers to left and right, that you'll be able to flip your flowers over and get a good mix. Where I didn't do that on mine, it's actually the same base. I just turned the green cardstock over, so it's not working as well as yours should, at least fingers crossed. So any things that you need to clean up on the cuts, go ahead and do that. Later on in the video, I go ahead and sponge over, or actually brush ink over the little green leaves to just kind of give it an even color. So now we're just going to attach and layer all of the pieces together from the Cricut. You start with the yellow flowers, and then you'll add all of the others next. And you can see kind of the grouping of them, so that when you have your flowers there, you should be able to line them up and get them to fit. And you'll notice with the single flower, you really have to rotate it, or I had to get it to the correct spacing. And then once I got it to the correct spacing, I hold it in my fingers intentionally, add the glue, and then I can just push it right back down in the correct spot. Now the buds, you can add wherever you want. If you want your buds, both of them on the left hand side, go for it. It's wherever you want. I was surprised that it only cut out 2 buds from this image on the Cricut, and this is from the Flower Market Image set. So if you have that and you like this, you can cut some more for yourself to use in any colors you want. I chose the colors because I've been organizing in the studio. I'm actually mostly done, and I have all these old paper packs and the bulk papers, and I thought, why don't we go revisit an old fun friend? So if you recognize the paper, it's Floral Tapestry, so I kind of pulled the colors from there. So gluing everything together, done with that, and then I'm going to show you how to cut the base. And I apologize, the bottom of the cutter was a little bit off screen, but I will walk you through the cuts. So with your 8.5 tall, you're going to cut a slit. You're going to line your paper up at the 3.5 inch mark, and then cut a slit from 6 1/4 down to 1 1/4. And then you turn your paper over, and from that 3.5 inch high mark, you're scoring at 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/4. You're going to do the whole up and down, and then 6 1/4. And then you just fold mountain valley, and I went ahead, and before I started recording, I covered with the papers that I sent. I went ahead and covered some of the base, and you can do that on your own. And then you just decide where you want your flowers and your images, just being careful to not have them outside of the parameters of the card base, or it might not fit into your envelope, at least without bending. So that's where we're at now. So I found with these kind of sprags that you add in, if you weave them in and out of your flowers, it just ties them in better. And this is where I told you that I was brushing on some ink color to just unify the image, because sometimes there was some white from the core showing through, and then there was a tear on one of them. So just by inking them, it just cleans them up. So this is where you'll see that I'm kind of weaving them in and out. And you just need to be mindful of where you're placing the glue. So I knew that the bottom few petals will be on the back of the flower, and then I will do this one. The placement was kind of difficult, so I just went ahead and I'm bending it up, putting the glue down, and then I'll bend the little stem up and put the glue down there as well. So it's hard to see on the camera, but that's what I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure you guys have a few more pieces than I do, because I ended up having to cut. I had to change my Cricut blade, so I ended up cutting a few more and I just spread them out to everybody. This is the old Orchard Boutique bouquet, Orchard Bouquet paper, or ink pad, excuse me. And I'm using the new Cherry Blossoms stamp set that has this hello in it. And that stamp set is just beautiful. I have so many stamp sets, but I had to buy this one. And then this is also from the Cherry Blossom stamp set. It's just kind of a interwoven lattice. And I just thought it would add some interest behind the yellow fronds up here. And so you can do these however you want. The sky's the limit. I think I would add more branches in that to mine, or you could even do like a little sign or something coming up between one of your valley folds. I like that it folds flat. I'm going to add some sequins to the center of the flowers and then around a couple other places. This is the card at the end. I did both the clear and then some of the sequins were a little iridescent with a blue. You can have space on the back to write what you want to write and send your card out. I hope y'all have a great day. Look forward to visiting with you soon.